Hello everyone, I'm Shashwat Dikshit. Recently, I had a webinar on ChatGPT ads where I spoke about how to rank on LLMs and how to do sandbox on Bing ads as well. And followed by that, some unique insights on how to get started with ChatGPT ads. So, in case you missed the webinar, here's the video. Qualified before they come to the website. But they missed out on one very big point, that is, this is definitely not how ads will be functioning on AI platforms. The future of search and paid media has definitely changed. So I'll be talking about this more in the session. So I'll be breaking it down for like the persons who will be attending these sessions for as well. So the session is for growth marketers who are tired of rising CPCs and declining returns. Is also for founders who are looking for some asymmetric, who are exploring new channels. So let me tell you a bit about my company, Pixelo Digital. So Pixelo Digital is a global B2B growth and GTM agency, which is trusted by over 250 brands to drive revenue and accelerate pipeline. So these are some of the capabilities that Pixelo Digital works accordingly right now. So we help you with SEO, the demand generation side of the things, which includes SEO, content, and like paid ads. Then the outbound GTM, which includes of signal-led outbound, AI SDR, and SDR as a service, and of course performance marketing. So these are some of the trusted GTM teams that we have collaborated with, and yes. So yeah, stay till the end. I do have some surprises for you. So yeah, to catch up for that. So let's start. So traditional search and advertising. So I'll just break it down what it used to look like previously. So here you could see like the current funnel of ads. You could say like a user comes on a search results page that then they input their keyword, then the keyword matches with the result, and then it shows like 10 blue links plus some sponsors results. Then the user eventually goes to a landing page or a sign up page, and then they move closer towards a conversion, which could be a filling out a form or booking a demo. So you could say search previously worked accordingly like this. So users used to go on search engine platforms, put in their keywords, what are they looking for, get recommended 10 blue links, then do the manual researching on cloud countless tabs. So why you could say that this search model doesn't work in the current scenario? Because nobody wants to see 10 websites for one answer, and people stop trusting the top results. So this is very basic. So what is happening at the current scenario, you could say, is that whenever you type in a query or any result that you want to obtain, AI provides you like a answer first thing. So you don't have to click on a link or click on a web page to get your answers. You can get your answers right then and there in the AI overview. So why traditional ads are no longer enough? So as you must have seen, the rising cost of CPCs have been going on since the last few many years, where the CPC earlier was ranging from somewhere around $2 per click, but now it has been gradually increased to almost around $8 per click in competitive categories. Then the lower CTRs, obviously organic links, clicks have dropped by almost around 4% from March 2024 to March 2025. The zero click era, as I was speaking about, like searches ending without any clicks rose by around 3%. People are more relying on the AI overviews and the AI answers that have been provided. And obviously more intermediaries. So users searching across multiple platforms before making a decision. So let's take a poll right now. And I do want to see your opinion on something as well.
This
So
meeting is being recorded.
just 1 second. Yeah. Are you guys able to see a poll on your screen? Okay, great. So if you guys can just input your answers in here so that we can get like a analysis for ourselves as well. So I'll be moving forward from the poll now. I think a lot of people have already answered there. I'll give another 10 seconds to it. I think only 12 people have answered currently. Right. So just one second. Yeah. Are you guys able to see a poll on your screen?
Yeah, Shashwat, we are able to see.
Okay, great. So if you guys can just input your answers in here so that we can get like a analysis for ourselves as well. So I'll be moving forward from the poll now. I think a lot of people have already answered there. I'll give another 10 seconds to it. I think only 12 people have answered currently. Right. So moving forward. So let's talk more about AI assistants now. So AI solved the answer issue. So you don't have to. There is no list of links to click through. You don't have to go through an exploration loop where you visit 5 to 7 websites, and there's no traditional consideration phase. So currently, what you can see is that you ask a question, you understand what it is saying, and then you can straight away compare other vendors and then move to the buying stage. So why do I say that AI assistants are the futures? So as you see, Google search is like flipping through a giant phone book, and AI assistants are like talking to your favorite librarian who already knows what you like, and now that librarian might offer a recommended product at the bottom of your conversation. So it always feel very natural and very in the moment when you get recommended by ads in AI. So in the hyper personalization era, in 2026, there is no single ranking. AI answers are highly personalized. So there was a survey that was done where 600 volunteers were asked to use ChatGPT and Claude to ask the same prompts thousands of times. The order of recommendation were quite random, which highlighted that ranking for position is meaningless, but it's more important that your brand is in the consideration stage. So let me break it down more further according to the evolution of ads. So how it was from 2000 and how it is in the current situation as well. So as you must have seen in the 2000 year, Google Ads was a new thing where you would do pay per click based on keyword bidding. There were high demands but low supply of advertisers, and you could get warm leads for basically pennies. Then came a time where people started using Facebook ads. Now, Facebook ads were kind of different from Google ads, but you could also similarly target on the basis of interest, behaviors, and demographics, and which was at the moment still relatively cheap for early adopters as well. So this was the timeline that we went from firstly Google ads and then Facebook ads, and now comes the time that is the AI ads in 2026. So as we talk about more of AI ads in 2026, we could see that AI powered assistants synthesize answered. They are targeting based on conversational intent, not just keywords. So and AI ads appear as contextual recommendation based on intent and history. So I've just formulated an example for how you can get an ad in AI, basically in ChatGPT. So basically, what you would ask here is that a user might ask, like, what is the best CRM tool for real estate agents? And the user might see a couple of recommendations where he could see, like as I've mentioned here, Zoho, they might be at the first list of the link. So that's where the user might go for them because AI doesn't put you in the number one spot just because you are present in one channel. It gathers information from all the channels, like how are your trust signals, how are you present in the review websites, are you doing posting on different social media channels as well. So yeah, on the basis of that, AI builds an authority and then it shows your content. So here are some performance signals in comparison to the traditional and the new approach. So as you can see, traditionally it was morely focused on click-through rates, cost per leads, and ROS. In the new approach, AI we will be thinking more about like how could we get recommendations frequency, how to get more brand mentions in AI responses, and the citation rates. So let's take another poll. I'll just send it to you guys. Yeah, you guys must be seeing a poll on your screen. If you guys can fill it out so that I can go ahead with the presentation.
Yeah, I think that's visible to everyone. So let's just wait for the
Yeah,
responses to come in. And maybe you can also share with us a few that what is the percentage of people who what are they choosing? Yeah.
sure. The question here, as you can see, like how confident are you that your brand shows up in AI tools like ChatGPT or Perplexity? So I can see people right now are not confident at the moment. That has been the highest, you could say, response. It's good to see that people are confident that we are working on this already. That is good to see.
Yeah, that's nice. Um, I can see that Gurkirat has raised his hand. We would appreciate if you can state your question or anything that you want to say over the text, and maybe by the end of the session, we'll be opening the panel for you to unmute or talk about your questions. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I'll give 10 more seconds to for more people to add their answers and then I'll move forward. All right. Let's go ahead. So let's talk about the rise of ChatGPT ads. What's coming next? So, as a report stated from OpenAI, where 95% of their users are currently in the free plan or in their Go plan, and OpenAI stated that they have almost around about close to 1 billion weekly active users as of the August of 2025. And we also saw that 80% of ChatGPT usage is related to either practical guidance or seeking information. So we do know that people are coming here to do their research, to understand more about particular situations or a particular product or a service, whatever it may be. So here are some updates that ChatGPT and OpenAI listed out that I think it is quite beneficial for us to know about this as well. So as you can see, ads will appear in the free and go tiers, and ads will appear at the bottom of the answers where it's relevant. So ads are clearly labeled as sponsored, and the ad will not influence the organic answers above them. And OpenAI also said that it will keep the conversations private and it will not share your or sell your data to any advertisers as well because of consumer privacy. So some of the early testing observations that we have seen is that direct offer testing in AI chat interfaces is available. Then CTR will become less relevant as a metric. And some initial testing has already started in the US with the idea of expanding it to different regions soon. So what does this means for marketers? So, as if you talk about financially, then it means that fewer clicks, but with massively higher intent. So users are more likely to convert on a basis of 10 to 13x more higher rates than traditional search visitors. Why? Because AI has already qualified them. They're not browsing but ready to buy. So the users are coming on the AI platforms. They're searching regarding your products and services, doing a comparison with you regards to your competitors, and then seeing if everything is aligning well. Then they go to their website and make that decision. If we talk about strategically, then visibility comes before traffic. So being mentioned in the AI answers is the new type of brand awareness. So this is quite necessary because traditional funnel metrics, which goes from impression to clicks to conversion, are being compressed. So if we talk about channel wise, then AI becomes a discovery layer above all the other channels. It could be also called as a multi-channel attribution that could get more complex. So AI won't be replacing Google, Facebook, or LinkedIn or any type of other ads. It's becoming the first touch point before users hits those platforms. Because generally people are going more towards the AI platforms to do their research, to get their understandings before making their buyer decision. So if we talk about leads and conversions now, so in ChatGPT did mention that there would be fewer steps to conversion and users will go from I have a problem to I am ready to buy in one AI interaction. So talking more about this is the traditional funnel where a user comes from an awareness stage, then to a consideration stage, then to a decision, and finally the purchase stage is collapsing into a single conversion because people are making their decision, they're understanding what the product is, everything in an AI, and then they're straight away going to the website and creating the buying intent. So the question comes that do we forget about traditional ads? So the short answer is no. Because the reality of ads is Google ads are still working, Facebook ads are also still working, and LinkedIn ads are also still working. But they're now one layer in a multi-layer system, not the whole system. So there is a loophole that most teams miss out, which you could say the gold rush opportunity, which basically means that you have to create a organic visibility of yourself and at the same time uh, start putting out sponsored placements that could be sponsored ads, Google ads, and other types of ads. And then if you are present at the both places at simultaneously, then the buyer is most likely to have a buyer intent in their mind, because in their mind what they're thinking is that this particular company is doing well organically and also it is present in the ad placements as well. So they are more likely to go into the buying decision because they before you chase ads, you build the visibility. So ads without discovery won't convert. So AI has already evaluated your brand on the basis of whether you have cleared, structured information, what trusted sources say about you, number of mentions across the web, and your presence on platforms like Reddit, LinkedIn, Quora, etc. So ads amplify visibility, but they don't create trust. So how can you build visibility? So these are some of the important visibility terms. I'll go through it step by step. So coming down to AIO, which basically means AI optimization. So in this, AI tools know about your business, what do you do, and other respective areas. Then comes a topic that is called answer engine optimization or AU. So when someone Googles a question, will my answer get featured? Then comes the topic for GEO, generative engine optimization. Will AI tools actually mention you when they're comparing businesses? And then come lastly the programmatic SEO bit, which is PESEO, which is basically creating thousands of pages at once so that the user is always engaged with your website. So here is the new discovery stack. So as you can see in the left side, the traditional search is just Google. And right now in the right side, you can see that people are more intent going towards like other AI platforms such as Meta, Copilot, Perplexity, ChatGPT, Claude, and Google AI. So why your first strategy should be AU and GU. So your ads won't feel forced and out of place. Users can't dismiss them as irrelevant, and you're not paying for impressions that don't convert. you're not burning budget without building brand equity as well. So basically, the idea behind this is that you are creating a organic visibility for yourself, and at the same time, you're doing ads for yourself as well. So as I said previously, that when a user is coming on your website and then they're seeing that they're doing well organically as well, and then I am receiving ads on the basis of that as well. So that does create, you could say, a like a buyer intent decision in the user mindset to move closer towards the conversion. So let's talk about more on crawlability for AU. So this is what AU looks like. So you must have seen when you do a normal Google search at this point, you must see basically called an AI overview. So it's already available right then and there. So AEO starts with queries and not keywords. So with AEO, you should not, you could say, like think how you were thinking when you were writing content on the basis of SEO. So you should not think about things such as what keywords we should rank for, what question is the user actually asking, what decisions are they moving toward, and what confusion they are trying to resolve. So this is something that people should focus more about rather than thinking what keyword we should rank for. So here is an example of how the content can look like if you are writing it according to AEO. So basically, if you can see here, the title is more specific to the industry and target audience. Within the first line, we are providing the answer so that whosoever AI is trying to track your data, they can basically capture your answer right then and there and get yourself featured. And of course, including the summary increases the AEO as well. Then having subheadings that are pain point driven so that people are knowing what we are providing and how what problems we are solving. Then there are some problems that that are arriving, such as we should have a proper paragraph flow where we'll talk about the problem, then the feature, then the outcomes, and with in the structured bullet pointers. So also you could invest in having comparison tables in the content that you're writing, having some visuals, and also including conclusions and FAQs. So here are some of the unique insights that I did when I was doing my research on AI ads and AEO and GEO. So pages with short answers, capsules around 30 to 50 words under each question headings are cited 70% more often in AI answers, including a direct answer of 150 characters at the start of each section before elaborating, as AI tends to give answers overview without clicking any links. So let's talk more about the trust signals through GEO, so which helps AI understand if you're a reliable brand. So trust is built in AI search, not just through writing content on just one platform. So trust is built if you're performing well consistently in all the other places. So be it getting mentioned on Reddit, doing PR and podcast mentions, creating leadership content on LinkedIn and tagging other people, doing webinars and workshops, and obviously getting more brand mentions and reviews. So these are some of the things that can, consistently create clarity and external repetition for the GEO to see that, okay, this brand has been repeated quite a lot of times in terms of reviews and mentions, so that it can build up an authority to provide that answer to a user. So some of the unique insight from here as well. You don't have to focus on chasing the number one slot, but to focus more on to being included into the pool of trusted opinions by building a presence on Wikipedia, Quora, Reddit, and niche communities. So AI engines prioritize recent content. So most of the 65% of ChatGPT citations come from pages updated within last year. So this has been, you could say, a quite important topic for AI to recommend answers. So which you could say that the topic is called content freshness. So it majorly focuses on how fresh your content is, so that AI is recommending some answers to the users so that they are satisfied with it. Then comes the last point, which is AI overviews and conversational engines pull data from review sites and user feedback. So encourage reviews on Google, Yelp, and Amazon from your users so that you can gain more visibility. So let's talk more about the final touch, which is the technical SEO bit. So content alone enough won't get you ranked on LLMs. You have to have a clean HTML structure and an FAQ section in the content that you're writing. You need to make sure that you need to have a proper schema markup and LLM text installed in your website code, and also to have clean and stable links. So these things needed to be done before you could say for AI and LLMs to track your website. So some of the unique insights from this as well is that ensure your site uses JSON-led data format to help search engines understand your website content. Submit updated XML sitemaps to Bing Webmaster Tools as it powers many AI engines. And pages with schema markup are cited 40% more frequently in LLM responses and increases ChatGPT citations by 2.5x. So here are some of the common AU and GEO mistakes that people are doing currently. So basically, writing for keywords and not questions, ignoring supporting context and giving no examples with it, being absent from industry conversations, inconsistent messaging across assets, and not posting regularly on different channels. So these are some of the things that you could focus on right now so that you are not that brand or company that does not get recommended in the AI elements. So here are some of the AI and AU and GEO success signals. So basically what you have to do is that you have to look out for some of these things such as AI model citations and mentions, high CTR from AI answers, qualified leads from AI sources, and local search ranking boost. So our team at Pixelo has created an early sign guide to AI engine optimization. You guys can scan this QR code, and a document should be available where you can create you could say, a audit for your own, and then you could see how well your website is optimized for AI engines. So I'll give 5-10 seconds for people to scan the QR code, and then I'll move forward. All right, I'll be moving. So yes, let's talk about the AEO and GEO toolkit. So these are some of the tools that my team and we have recommended to our other clients as well to that are using it to start immediately, which is basically some tools that are mentioned for query and intent listening, some tools for writing and technical SEO and AI citations and programmatic SEO as well. If you want more information on this, you could contact me or my teammates, and we can help you get started with this by telling you what are the right prompts to use and what are the right queries to ask so that you can get the desired answer. So let's take another poll. Right. Yeah. So, how many of you guys have heard about the Webmaster tool or the Bing ads before? I can see most people know about it. I'll give 10 more seconds for people to give their answers, then I'll move forward. All right, moving ahead. Yes, let's talk now about the paid ads strategy. So here are some of the current limitations of ChatGPT ads. So as I was doing my research, I got to know that OpenAI will be charging somewhere around $60 per thousand views, and the limited targeting opportunity since you can't target by specific keywords, detailed demographic, user behavior on your website or custom audience. There will be minimal attribution as you'll get visibility, not viability, seen in the feed, but blind to whether it drove demos and signups or revenue. So what this actually meant is that you would be tracking everything apart from conversions, because you don't have an idea if the user actually saw your recommendation and then they actually clicked on it and move forward. And then the last one is no self serve dashboards. Initial advertisers are being asked to commit at least $200,000 upfront. So, in short, these ads tell you that you were seen, not whether you were chosen. So let's talk more about what are Bing ads. So Bing ads are basically a PPC platform that plays ads across Microsoft Search network, including Bing, Yahoo, AOL, DuckDuckGo, and partner sites. Bing ads are introduced as a new artificial intelligence powered tool, which is basically used for performance targets. So it also lets marketers set and track performance target on campaign groupings in a new dashboard. So, why you could leverage Bing ads at the moment right now is that you could run Bing ads to target your core keywords, monitor which ads are appearing in Copilot conversations, and then test different offers, get a free consultation, discount codes, and free trials, and basically measure the conversion uplift and from Copilot clicks and standard Bing search clicks. So how is it different from ChatGPT ads? So as from my research, it was obtained that it has better attribution than ChatGPT. You can track conversions, not just impressions. And it also does have lower costs. So Bing CPCs are typically ranging from 30 to 50% lower than Google. And it also has interactive ad formats. So Copilot allows users to explore more products or complete purchases within the chat itself. So why do I say it's the best sandbox for testing AI native ads? Because since ChatGPT ads has not started yet in India and also in other countries apart from the USA. So you could try this platform at the moment because it's live and accessible today and you don't have to pay anywhere close to 200,000 to commitment. And you can iterate quickly based on performance data. You can learn what messages and offers resonate in conversational context. And also you can build expertise before ChatGPT ads mature. So should you wait or test it out? So realistically, what I would suggest is that don't burn money and be early to Bing and Copilot to see what works and then scale for other platforms as well. So what I also obtained from my other, you could say, research was that when users see your brand mentioned in the organic answers and see your ad below it, there's reinforcement for that. So they think that ChatGPT recommended this organically and they're running an ad. So they must be a leader in this space. The window in this could be said is that large enterprises company account for majority of the ad spends, but they are slow moving and they'll take at least 6 months to understand what ChatGPT ads are, then take another 6 months to test it, and then another 6 months to go all out. So you have a brief window of, you could say, of 12 to 18 months to build organic presence before they flood the market and add dollars. This is where most teams get it wrong. So you don't have to chase ads, but you have to chase visibility. So the mistake here is that most marketers are seeing ChatGPT ads are launching and immediately think that how can I do ads? They're skipping the most important part, the reality, which is basically if your brand isn't already showing up organically in the AI responses, your ads won't save you. Users will see your sponsored placement, then look at the organic answers above it, see that you're not mentioned there, and trust the organic recommendations instead. So these are some of the advices that I had after doing my research and on whether you should start with ChatGPT ads as of now or not. So let's talk more about the organic and paid strategy models. So here are some steps that we have listed down where you can start your, you could say, work according to the AI visibility. So phase one would be earning AI visibility, organic, that could be done through structuring content in answer capsule, uh, improving your schema markup, building mentions. Then coming to the phase two, which will be measure presence across prompts, so measure visibility percentage, brand citation frequencies. Then comes the phase three, which was reinforcing with paid media. So use Bing ads and experiment and prepare your AI ads kit before you start with ChatGPT ads. And lastly, which is phase four, which is create a feedback loop. So use performance to inform content strategy and optimize organic content. So how Pixelo Digital helps you in this? So we can help you with providing you an AEO GEO audit, which is a free AI SEO audit and end-to-end execution work. We can help you out by creating AI first content ecosystems for Reddit, LinkedIn, Quora, and etc. We could also help you out by doing paid media visibility for you, which is extended organic visibility with paid media. And of course, doing B2B lead generation, which is triple verified data according to the ICPs. So in 2026, we're not trying to outsmart algorithms. We're building relationships with AI. So let's give them good brand stories to tell and get recommended. And of course, as promised, so here is another QR code that you can scan. And in this, you can get the ChatGPT ads playbook along with the actionable strategies. So I'll give you guys some time to scan this code.
I hope everybody can see the QR code and can scan it. In case of any issues, please raise it in the chat. Um,
Right. If the QR code is not visible to you, we can provide it in the chat as well. Right. Moving forward. So yeah, that was the end of the webinar. Do you guys have any questions for me? I'll just stop sharing my screen because I'm not able to view.
yeah, yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah.
So it was great having you, Shashwat. So I think we all got a very comprehensive understanding of how ChatGPT ads have been and what are they introducing. So I think the key takeaways are build your organic visibility, then go on to the sponsored thing, test out Bing ads, Copilot ads, and then of course extend those learnings in ChatGPT.
Right.
Yeah. So, guys, we open the panel for any kind of questions that you have. Please post your questions. And I think meanwhile, we have received a few questions that I want to ask you, and I hope uh, attendees get some clarity over there. So, okay. So the first question that we have got is that are Copilot ads just another paid placement for a new performance channel that requires rethinking attribution and funnel measurement? So basically, I think someone is trying to ask that whether it is a paid placement or a new performance channel in this 2026 era.
So I think you could say that it is a paid placement channel for sure because Microsoft and Bing ads have been started before ChatGPT ads. So there is a first mover advantage there because you can start creating more ads, putting out more content there so that you are on top of mind of people's, and so that AI is also recommending your website and at the same time showing your ads as well, so that it is capturing, as I said, the organic visibility of your company and at the same time the sponsored placement, so that the user is has in their mind of going to the buyer intent.
Okay, okay. I hope the question gets answered. If you have any further questions, you can just send it in us the chat. Um, the next thing is ki, somebody has also asked that how can someone track AI visibility? So yeah.
So I think for now, what there are a couple of tools that are available online that you can go through and put in your website domain, put in some of the keywords that your website has been using, and then on the basis of that, you can see like what types of prompts people have been searching for to get your website recommended. So for this, we actually can help you out. So if you can like reach out to us, give us your company name and your other details, me and my company can help out with creating what types of prompts are people using for. And I can also tell you a couple of tools name that I remember off the top of my head right now. So for gaining more insights on how you are performing in the AI aspects of and in terms of speaking of AI visibility, then there are tools such as Xfunnel and Otterly AI that you could use currently that gives you an insight. But if you would want a more detailed analysis on that, we can definitely help you out.
Okay, I'm sure that answers his question. So, um, I think this is a different question that we have got. What do you think are the next trends in the AI ad space?
Okay.
So,
So I think Google recently introduced their Universal Commerce Protocol, so which is basically like a customized AI agent in the LLMs that can recommend your product along with additional information such as pricing and tool comparison and all of that aspect. So this is beneficial for the e-commerce sector. Uh, I think apart from this, there is a high chance of a creator economy being a reliable source of LLMs to review. So in the sense speaking that content creators and other types of creators can have their own ecosystem or like a channel of their own where they can recommend products and services so that AI captures their reviews and recommends it to the others users as well. Plus, I think a dashboard would be available for marketers as well to track what prompts are people using for when they are searching for your brands. So I think these are some of the things that I think right now would be the next future trends.
mm, I think the creator economy insight, I am hoping that if that comes true, so it's going to change entirely how we see content creation too.
Right,
So,
absolutely.
yeah, so then content creation is also linked to your paid ads as well as organic visibility after a point of time.
Right.
So I hope that comes true, and we'll be the first ones to say that, yay, we predicted it way before. So,
Absolutely.
yeah. Um, I think these were the questions that we have got, and I hope that whoever has asked this question, because it has come anonymous, that you have got the answers to this. And can you also fill out the form? If can we also screen share the QR code again if somebody
Sure,
wants
sure.
to? Yeah,
Is it the
and
last QR code that we're talking about?
yes, yes, yeah.
Sure.
So I think to get the ChatGPT ads playbook, guys, you can just scan the QR code, fill in a few details, and after you fill up the form, we'll reach out to you in the next 24 hours. And I hope this session was insightful for you. And thank you so much, Shashwat, for taking out your time and giving such a comprehensive guide on ChatGPT and AI visibility. It was really lovely to hear everything that you had to say. Yeah.
Thank you everyone for joining as well and bearing with me and allowing me to speak and for being there to listen as well. So yeah, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah. So I think this session helped everybody to learn something from this, and yeah, we are looking forward to more such session, guys. So please follow Pixelo Digital on LinkedIn and Instagram and other social media channels. We'll be coming up with something more. I think in the next few weeks, something more exciting and more insightful. So keep in touch, stay in touch. And let's meet again. Yeah.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
All right, guys, have a nice one.